Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel videoception, because we are inside of another video while we're filming this video. I'm filming a full wash day. It's been a really long time since I filmed my full wash day from beginning to end with everything in one video. I'm thinking a couple of years, and so I get the new people and they like, what's going on, what, so that's what I'm doing, right? But then I have so much to do detangling talk, right? So let's do that, but standing in the shower, because we're filming this video and I'm going to use this same footage in the other video so people see what we're doing. So the detangle part of this video is being done with the Briogeo Superfoods kiwi, what's this? I don't know, I would have it on the French side. I can read Spanish, not French. But the kiwi something mask. I'll probably put it in the description box so you guys can check it out. And then I'm brushing my hair with the Denman Power Paddle in rose gold, because it has a rose gold crown on it and it's white. I ain't gonna lie, when I link it below, it's not gonna be this exact one with this exact color, because I don't know, I be having difficulty finding this color of brush when I go to link it. So I usually just link the black one, even though I did buy this one on Amazon from the Denman store, because Denman has an official Amazon store. So I don't know, it's not for me to find out. But anyway, for today's talk portion, I was inspired by a video from Jen Love that went up quite a while ago. Now, if you don't know who Jen Love is, she is basically a makeup news channel. She's done some other things, but then like this last year or so, she's just more so stuck to being a makeup news channel. And so there was like a little bit of situation that went down between a small creator named Gabby. I don't really know the name of her social media, unfortunately. And then a much larger YouTuber, Manny MUA, who also owns the makeup company Lunar Beauty, and this did involve Lunar Beauty. And so Jim was reporting on it, and let me tell you, this is what basically happened, y'all. So Gabby makes content using Lunar Beauty products. That's what would happen with someone who's making beauty content, right? Well, the people who run the Lunar Beauty page, which is probably not Manny at this point, he's big, okay? He's probably not running his social media page. In fact, I know he's not running his page because it's something he said in another video. So the social media people download Gabby's video, download her video, upload it to the Lunar Beauty page, and then they add shoppable links. It's something you can do where people can buy things from that post, right? So they are making money off of Gabby's content, and it's not like a share or something like that. They literally downloaded the content and then uploaded the content as an original post, okay? I'll probably explain some stuff later as to kind of why that probably is not ideal and what they probably should have done, just to make this more clear for people who don't know. Let me slide this a little bit more gently. There we go. Okay, so Gabby sees this, okay, and she keeps it classy and keeps it offline, as we say on the online world, offline. And she DMs them and she's like, oh, you know, so glad that you guys, you know, have my content up here. Could you at least put Good Sis on your PR list or something, you know? So she wasn't even asking for payment or anything like that. So they left her on red. They left her on red. And so she then circles back after a while, after no response, and then she's like, okay, this is what I would charge for what y'all did. Can y'all pay me? Again, they left her on red, okay? And then eventually, I think she may have contacted them a third time as well. And then I think after that, they deleted her content off of their page. And then I think at that point, that's when Manny comes in and he makes a video on his TikTok. I think it was on his TikTok. And saying, you know, yeah, we shouldn't have done that. It's wrong on our part for sure. You got to ask permission, you know, of people when you're using their content. And then he kind of goes into a back in my day kind of spiel. If you're not familiar with Manny MUA, he's an old school YouTuber. So he's you know, when YouTube had its initial heyday, when we were calling people gurus and no one was really making money. That's how long he'd been on the platform, okay? So he starts, he's basically giving, I think he's very much giving old school influencer with what he was saying, but he was like, yeah, we were wrong, first of all, but she should be so happy and so honored to be getting exposure. Exposure. And in the olden days, people were happy and excited about exposure, but now exposure really don't work the way that it did back then. It doesn't do as much for the creator as it used to. It doesn't result in tons of subscribers and stuff. And subscribers really don't bring views like they used to, because now most people browse their homepage and don't even go over to their subscriptions page at all. So Manny, it was a little dated what he was saying. You know, it wasn't quite, I don't know, it wasn't quite appropriate for the situation. It was basically like, hey, pay creators, period. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, sir? Pay creators, period. And so that's the whole situation. So here's the deal. With Gabby and all of that is that there's a certain type of content that YouTubers can make now, or anyone on social media can make now, that's becoming more popular. It's called user-generated content, okay? So what this content is like if brand A comes up to me and they're like, hey, Kayla, we want you to make some user-generated content, UGC, for our deep conditioner, since I'm brushing my hair with a deep conditioner today. And I'm like, bet, cool. You know, I make the video with the same requirements and everything, just like I would do for content on my channel. But what happens is this content does not go on my channel. This content goes on their page. And so I get paid for it and everything like that, but my subscribers don't see it unless they follow that page. It doesn't go on my socials or my YouTube or my whatever. That's UGC. UGC is becoming a lot more popular. A lot of brands are paying creators to do UGC. And this situation that happened with Lunar Beauty is very much kind of UGC-ish. Because it was content featuring her that was uploaded directly to their page, but they did not pay her for UGC. And then furthermore, they added shoppable links to it. So what could have happened is she could have gotten commissions and stuff from people purchasing things from the shoppable links, but she didn't. Because all those people saw the post that came from their page, so she didn't get any coins that way either. So either affiliate stuff, nor did she get UGC money. So that's why it's such a violation how they did it the way they did it. I think making the post shoppable was what really did it in, because at that point y'all are making money off of this, and it's now advertising and marketing and not just someone who loves the product sharing it. And now you've done this, right? So I bring up this old situation because something like this happened to me. Something like this happened to me. Thankfully though, there was no like thing where they were making money off of it, so there were no links or whatever, because it happened on Instagram, and Instagram doesn't really have like product tagging or links. I'm sure they probably will soon, but they don't currently have that feature. So the company didn't make like direct sales or anything like that off of it to where, you know, like with Gabby, I think that's what made her situation worse. But y'all, let me tell you what this brand did. Oh, and I also, before I move on, the whole thing with Gabby too was just like, hey, could y'all at least have like DM'd me and shouted and been like, hey girl, we like your content. Like, y'all didn't even speak to me, y'all did this. That's gonna come back up in what I'm about to say. So, all right. So anyway, this brand, I have 2 videos reviewing 2 different products from this brand. They're very similar products, but they are different. This brand goes and gets the first video I ever made of something about their content. They either screen recorded it or downloaded it, because the coloring is a little different than what it appears to be on my channel. So they either screen recorded it or downloaded it, something like that. My husband was like, the quality of this video is not that good. But I don't know if that's because it was an older video of mine or if they somehow used some sort of method to get this video footage. And then I know they had the whole video, because what they did was they edited into clips, so that it was basically, this short clip was taking people pretty much through the entire video, because they edited it down. So again, they're putting work into this, y'all. Then they made a custom Instagram Reels frame. I guess this is what they put around all their videos to kind of brand it, to match the branding on the Instagram page. So they added this extra frame. They also edited in music, okay? Again, I'm just trying to emphasize you the amount of work that they put into this. So they added this music that plays throughout the whole thing, like background music. Then they added on-screen captions. So not like the captions where you control and you can like turn it on and off. No, these are the captions that appear like as a font, like on the screen. They added those. Okay, so they edited this video down. Okay, they put it on Instagram Reels. They wrote a caption. Now, interestingly enough, the caption talks about another product that I tried from them, but that's not the product that's in the video. So I'm like, you got your caption wrong, but I'm not gonna say nothing. You're talking about the wrong product in this caption, up and down. But I ain't gonna say nothing to you about it. and then y'all, as a final step, I find out about this post because they tagged me. That's literally all I got. To this day, this brand has never spoken to me. I have never had any type of DM conversation with them. They've never commented under either of the videos that feature their product. There's been no interaction between me and them at all. I didn't even know that they knew that I existed. Okay? I didn't even know that this brand knew that I existed. And then I see this post that's been edited so much. Clearly they downloaded my whole video. I mean, ripped my content straight to their thing. Not a repost. Not a repost. Gabby's situation was not a repost. Mine's not a repost. Put all that work in, but like some work that you could have done before that could have been, oh wow, we really like this video. Or, hey girl, like we like this. Can we, post this review on our page or something? I think a lot of people would say yes to that, especially if in my situation they weren't making any money off of it. It wasn't like a clickable or shoppable link or anything like that. At least not today, to this knowledge. I can go back and check and see. But like, I was like, okay, that was a little bit of a startling revelation to me that they did that and never spoke to me at all. And there are brands that are doing it right. There are brands that are doing it right. For instance, I have a really, really old video. It's not publicly listed anymore. I will say that. But I have a really, really old video in which I was reviewing the Coco Shea spray from As I Am. My friend had bought it as a birthday present many years ago. I decided to give it a try. I was using it on my twist and I did a video review. Well, for some reason, this video got a lot of views back in the day. Because like when I say it's an old video, I'm talking it's 2012, 2013 video. Okay? So it gets a lot of views, and As I Am saw it, right? And you know what they did? They actually reached out to me via the socials that I had linked in the description box, and they sent me their entire line of products that they had at the time. You don't have to send me nothing monetarily. You don't have to do that. But they did it. And that showed that they appreciated the content that I had posted, and they just wanted to be like, hey girl, we see you. We recognize that you produce content about our product. Another brand, this one happened recently, and I want to say like this week. I looked down on my phone during a meeting, and there's a lot of activity going on my Instagram, and it's all coming from a brand page. It's a brand that I've used. I made a whole video on their product, and that kind of stuff. And I think their product can be seen in one of my like haul videos, like when I do like a Black Friday haul or something like that. So like I've definitely interacted with the product before. And the brand, I don't think they're aware of that, because there's a thing with Instagram. There are people who are on Instagram but they don't go to YouTube. There are people on YouTube that don't go to Instagram. It's two separate audiences, which is why I don't make like a strong effort to like blend the two audiences or anything like that, because people are going to be on what platform they're going to be on, basically. But it helps me because sometimes I will repost stuff from Instagram onto like I go from Instagram Reels to YouTube Shorts, and the reactions I'm seeing from subscribers, I know that they didn't see it on Instagram. Same thing with sometimes if I'll do a post, I'll accompany the post with a picture from my Instagram, and I can tell the girlies ain't seen the picture before because they don't follow me on Instagram. So, shoot, that helps me. And, what was I talking about? See, I lost my train of thought. Instagram, you said platform, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So I don't think that this brand has actually seen the video that I made fully about their product. But what they were doing, all the activity is, number one, the first thing they did was they DM'd me. And they were like, hey, girl, we're loving your hair. If you have any hair questions, you know, feel free to ask us. And I was like, okay, sure, we'll do. You know, just a friendly little reply back. And then they were liking, I think they liked a reel. I think they liked a post. They were like liking things on my Instagram. And so they've not shared any of my content. They haven't like asked me to do anything, but at least it acknowledged my existence as a person. I'm just saying. And that's really the minimum. There's also a situation where, you know, obviously when we make YouTube videos, they have the embed feature. They have the link, and you can use the link to post the video places. There is a brand whose gel I do like, okay? And I went to go and pick up another jar of the gel. And when I went to the sales page, I was surprised because my YouTube video on the product was there. They had a bunch of like YouTubers and stuff and pictures and things on the sales thing, and I was on there. And again, it was a situation where no one had commented to me. No one had said anything to me. I didn't even know the brand knew that I existed. Later on, after me being on the sales page for a while, and I think y'all to this day, years later, I'm still on the sales page for this gel. So some of y'all may have seen it. I'm still on the sales page. I think the brand owner did comment on that video, and they asked if I had used like any type of moisture product underneath the gel or something like that. And my hair in that video, honestly, I don't think is very representative of what the gel can do. I think my hair looks way better typically with that gel now than it did back then. But child, they used the video anyway, and they never said anything to me. So I think the important thing to learn here is that, yeah, as far as etiquette goes online, I'm not necessarily asking you to pay me for everything. It depends on really what it is and what you're getting out of it versus what I'm getting out of it. But I would like some recognition. I would like acknowledgement that you at least know that I exist. Or acknowledgement that you liked the content before you do something like download it, do all types of editing to it, upload to Instagram. Your first time ever speaking to me is you tagged me. I'm glad that you tagged me, but whole lot of effort to not speak to a chick. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, this situation with Lunar Beauty happened a really long time ago, and I think it's died down. And I don't think my video is going to kick up any more dust, because who am I? And second of all, my viewers watch hair content, and my viewers are typically African American women. Not everybody, but most of them. The majority. So y'all probably don't even know about any of this, or you ain't studying it anyway. Anyways, guys, if you love the Tangle and Talk videos, there is a Just Tangle and Talk playlist. I have it listed as a podcast because you can watch this without actually watching. Go check that out. And of course, watch the video that came up right before this showing my full wash day routine, because that's what we are in the middle of right now.